All right, give it 1 minute, Vicki, and we'll get this party started. Got a great class for everybody today, so we're going to click the record button in just 1 minute when we turn 12 o'clock. Welcome, everybody, to the call. This is Scott Hudspeth, and excited to have you guys here. Have an amazing class, and Vicki Rice is back with us by popular demand to talk to us. How you doing, Vicki?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
Good,
Can you hear me okay?
Good. I can hear you great.
Okay,
great
awesome. Awesome.
So, good.
Thank you.
All right, we're 12 o'clock. I'm going to hit the recorder and do a formal introduction. 1 second. Hey, everybody. This is Scott Hudspeth, Agent Mastermind. Welcome to the call. Excited for you to have you guys here, and look forward to sharing with you guys a really, really powerful class with Vicki Rice. Vicki Rice, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Excellent.
Hello, everyone.
Vicki, Vicki, I appreciate you putting this together for us, and I know you've been the expert when it comes to last week. Just a little bit of a recap before we get started.
Okay.
Last week we did a class on the flower pot strategy that had to do with marketing to expireds, FSBOs, and the current listings that you already have, and new listings. And if you missed that class, just contact the loan professional that sent you to this class, and he can get you a copy of that. But that class is going to tie in. Wouldn't you say, Vicki, that class ties into this class, because you're going to show us how to set up expired and FSBO and stuff?
Oh, yeah, it does tie in, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper. So you definitely need to get this a system. It doesn't have to be the one that I'm going to show, but something that does all that stuff for you. And then how to tie in your social media with it. So
beautiful.
Does that sound okay? Okay.
That sounds wonderful. I'm going to step aside. I'm going to let you do my thing. I got my notebook because I haven't actually seen this PowerPoint, so I'm excited about it. And I'll let you take it away.
Okay, and let everyone know that if I happen to lose you, it's because you're traveling. So you're actually on your cell phone. So
okay, sounds good.
I think in case Scott goes away, you guys know now. Well, welcome to class. Yeah. I'm Scott's assistant, and I do all the marketing for the whole team and everyone here. So thank you for letting me come on. I thought I'd just kind of give you some little tips and some little tricks that might help you in your marketing too as well. So there's a big difference between push and pull marketing. And the old way of marketing used to be we would push stuff on people that may not have asked for it. Today we kind of zone in and we try to target, the people we really want to work with. So the difference between, how you do that is really just lies in how your customers are approached. And in push marketing, the idea was to promote yourself, right? In pull marketing, the whole goal is to get people to come to you, to pick up that phone and call you because you've done something to get their attention. And then it is then your job to, have them, turn into a great referral source for you. So you want that loyal following that looks for your stuff that's out there. So that's really the big difference between the two. And we all dream of having 100% referral-based business, right? And have people that are out there, promoting us and giving our information to their friends, family, and coworkers. So what we have to do is we have to be really creative and kind of think outside the box to get their attention. You got to optimize and use all of your sites because this is where the party is. People are on these sites. And so, you want to engage with them, on all the different sites as well. You want people to follow you and subscribe to you and like and comment. I mean, that's how your Google rating increases so that you're seen out there more. And so answering questions that are in our target minds, because we're kind of zoning in on the people we want to work with, right? So you are seen as a leader, an expert, but before you get that title, you're looking for something that pulls them in, and you want them to pick up the phone and call you, but first you have to really dive deep about where they are, because today's marketing, it's not about you It's about them. You know, I can't promote it enough. You know, the people don't buy products. They buy how you make them feel. So you have to put yourself in their shoes. Yeah. Go ahead.
That's a great point. Yeah, that's a great point, Vicki. Like, you know, one of the things I always like to preach is we're not in the mortgage business. We're not in the real estate business. We're in the marketing to our database and building relationship business. And that's really what it boils down to. And I said it several times last week where if you could go into, and the challenge I gave on last week's class was, if you can go into a listing presentation, an expired listing presentation, a FSBO, anything that has to do with you building a relationship, and go into it without any expectations of anything in return except for to give something of value to build the relationship, your business will literally triple.
Absolutely. And we're going to see some results of how that can happen. You know, I'm going to show you some highlights of what other people have done. But if you focus on them, you know, they have lots of fear. You know, they don't, you know, maybe they don't understand. Maybe it's a first-time home buyer. Maybe the first-time buyer owner is thinking, you know, all you want is your commission. You know, that kind of thing. You know, that's where you have to think about what it is that you can do to help them. How can you be a better resource to them? You know, how can you show the world how great it was to work with them? And then what a really big thing is being a better communicator, you know, building a better relationship so that you have those, remember that first page with all those people? You know, that is your farm, and it's so important to keep your database and engaged with you, you know, and be consistent. Because, you know, you haven't earned the right yet to, you know, if they don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you, you know, they're not going to send business to you. So you have to develop that relationship. They have to see you out there, and you have to, you know, make a presence out there so that they do think, hey, who is this guy? You know, I really want to work with him. I see some great things about him. A prime example would be, let's take a look at one of Jeff's posts. Look at this post. This is where he had friended his client Aaron and his client Monica, and he made a post about how great it was to, you know, work with Aaron and Monica. And this post got 147 likes, and look at all the comments. Now, these comments are coming because Aaron and Monica's Facebook page, they were tagged in it, so the friends on their page see those posts. And when Nancy or Charlene or Pam makes a comment, Nancy, Charlene, Pam's people, friends on their page, see it. So the person that's being showcased here is not you, the realtor, you know, or the mortgage person or whoever it is. It's the client. You know, This is huge, don't you think? I mean, it's
totally huge in the fact. Yeah, like here's an example of a bad post. So this was a billboard. I was going down the highway, and I don't know why I remember this, but I remember it being self-fulfilling to the company that actually put it up there. And so it was a builder, and they said, we built 482 homes this year. And I'm like, as a person that wants to build a home, what do I care? Like, okay, so they built a lot of homes. I don't know if that's good or bad, but what if it said we helped 482 homes, or we helped 482 people get into a brand new construction home? Does that have more meaning to me going down the road seeing the billboard, or you know what I'm saying? So it's just, there's always a way to find something so much better than just being self-fulfilling. If you're doing it for yourself, you're never going to win. If you do it for other people and create value in just an experience that they might go through, it's so much more powerful.
Yeah, and this is the only social business that he posts. It's only success stories, awesome things that he does with his clients, and it's never about him. It's always about them. And take that billboard that you saw, Scott, and if they took 145 or whatever it was pictures at the closing table, a really quick photo op, and posted 145 people on that billboard, how cool would that have been? You know, and that's the whole key. You know, it's just getting noticed, pulling people to you. So some of the examples, to let them know that you have the answers to pull people into you is to show them by example, just like we did on that post. To help them, give away your expertise. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to do this. It's not going to cost you anything. So if your target is a for sale by owner, you'll share some of the results that you do, the resources that you do to get results. And the key is really consistent with your follow-up, engaging with your database, know those referral partners, those ambassadors, and really dive deep with them and keep them happy, and celebrate, and enjoy the people that you're working with, because, you don't realize that other people are noticing it, just like that post, is noticing it. An example would be, let's take a look at what I did for an agent years ago. Take a look at this. Now, this is a 3-bedroom home for sale in Detroit. 3-bedroom, #1 keyword search, home for sale, #1 keyword search, and by area. Blogging is super way to get people to give leads to yourself. That's organic, and it's, it actually, attracts people. So when someone puts into their Google search, I want a 3-bedroom home for sale in Vicksburg schools, or I want a 3-bedroom home with a pole barn. You could have a blog for every single kind of thing that you want to do. So this is a blog that I did back April 11th, 2012. It is still second position, and Detroit is a huge geographic area. So this agent will never, delete this this blog from agent marketing.
That'd be crazy too, right?
Right. Yeah, and the reason why he does it, is because he gets calls every day. So when someone clicks on this, Google thinks it's relevant, so it leaves it in that position, and then, even though the home is sold, he still gets leads coming in saying, hey, can you give me some information about that house? Oh, it's sold, I have something else. So this is social proof. I would come in and I would jing this. That would go in my flower pot, in a little scroll, with big letters saying, social proof, or whatever you want to say. But that is like one of the things that you want to do, to bring people to your attention. So I really like the fact that we talked about people don't buy products, right? But really you need to give them your time. So that's why building the relationship over time with the first sale by owner. And I don't remember what that statistic was that you had before. It's like, so many weeks someone drops off, after the 4th week, you're the one that's there with the first sale by owner because you're consistent in your follow-up every single week. Do you remember that, Scott? Anyways, I may have lost.
No, I'm here. I apologize. I keep cutting in and out. So, yeah, absolutely I do. And the powerful thing, I guess, is what you have to think about is, man, I can't stress that enough. When you're putting anything, Vicky's going to show us some really cool stuff on, like, to market the expireds and fizzles, but this is something to think about anytime you walk into a face-to-face, anytime you post anything on Facebook. The stuff we're covering here is really powerful. And if it's about you, people, I hate to say it, people just don't care about you. If you make it about them, it's amazing. Like, I posted a video yesterday of Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook. I don't know if you've seen it, Vicki. But I listened to the whole video. It was like 3 minutes and 54 seconds long. And at 2 minutes and 18 seconds, he said something that was just like, he just brushed over it like it was no big deal.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a
huge
deal.
I saw that.
I'm like, oh, my God, this guy's thinking so far outside the box. And stuff that we probably have all been talking about, like, why don't we have internet everywhere? Like, well, he's trying to figure that out and put it into a satellite or an airplane or what, I don't know, it's just crazy stuff. But so I made people curious as to what I posted on Facebook. So that's just kind of another example there.
Absolutely. So what we're going to talk about is agent marketing, and there's other sites out there too. I just happen to work with this one, so I know it really well. But some of the features you're going to want to make sure that you have, and that's because of the pull feature you want to pull people into you. So the property websites, love them. They're all templated, extremely easy to use. I like it if you use them in your listing presentations, for sale by owners. I mean, expired builders, you can do all kinds of really cool stuff with that. You can make them active and inactive, which we'll go over. A must is the text call capture system. I'm going to show you how to do that to grab attention to your for sale by owner or your listing presentation before you even get there. And my number one fave is the flip books. I like to set my expectations up front. I like to pull people in and let them see that I know what I'm talking about. And this is a URL that I can use out there in my marketing or in my email. And then, of course, the blogging platform, you want something that's already optimized. You saw an example of one that I did, back in 2012 that already still has first position, ish on Google. So let's take a look at a couple different websites. Here's one, and they're all very, very cool.
Wow. Now that is a picture-perfect, stunning view. You really need to see this to believe.
So it goes in, there's different templates. Just want to give you a general idea before we actually dive in. Let's look at another one. Oh, here we go. We'll just forget this, won't we? So let's go ahead and dive into agent marketing while that is doing what it needs to do to work. Hey, Scott, do you see me?
I am, oops, now I do.
Can you, I guess I'm not sure what happened. Let me bring it back. Did you guys lose my screen?
Yeah, you're a GoToMeeting. You got a GoToMeeting on your screen right now.
Yeah, I wonder where my PowerPoint went to. Hang on just a second, guys. It's got to be here somewhere. Well, we will start it again.
There you go. Yeah, there we go. That was weird.
That was weird. So this will give me a chance to remember these are all your people on your database, guys. So I'll just go ahead and scroll through here really quick and get to the page that we need to be. So we were here, and I wanted just to kind of go in and show you how simple it is. So I just did. I'm logged in as Vicki Rice Group. There's no such thing. I just want to kind of show you a little bit. So, for example, these are the tabs at the very top. This is where each tab has features below it in the drop-down menus and allows you to do all kinds of really cool stuff. Today we're going to work about properties. So I'm going to upload a for sale by owner that I'm going to go on, and we don't have an MLS number. If I did have one, then obviously it would pull from your local MLS, which is very, very cool. It's a residential. It works with commercial too. Single family, co-op, vacant land income, for sale by owner. So we'll choose that one. Fictitious price, so let's say $199.9. Let's say the address is and let's say that it's in our state and town. So you'll see how fast it is because this is exactly what you would do. 3 bedroom, 3 bath, 2,000, 2 star, 2,000, say 1.9 acres or square feet. And here's where you would give it a title. Lovely country club village, tri-level. And then, once you enter whatever you want comments, you will want to put in here, you can. I won't go on and take much of our time. Hit proceed. Here are your templates that you can use. Each of these templates have drop-down, designs and colors and all kinds of cool stuff. You'll get to know those as well. Let's say I want to use layout number 8.
So Vicki, just kind of explain what you're doing right now. Are you creating a flip book for a listing? Is that kind of what you're going after here?
I'm collecting a website listing as a for sale by owner. Okay.
Okay, got it.
So I'm going to choose.
Cool.
I'm going to choose this one. And again, you can choose whatever it is that you want. And then I'm going to just. I can also choose up here. It says website key. So I could actually have the domain be the address at flowerpot strategy or canbeyours.com. So these are other options that you can use. I'm going to hit proceed. Now is where I would go to the house. Before I did this, and maybe I take 3 photos of the outside. I need to have 3 photos in order to activate the virtual tour. And you can't see it next to it. I'm pulling pictures from my desktop. I have multiple screens, so that's why you're not able to see it. Me actually clicking on each of the individual photos and uploading them. But here they are. So now I'm going to click upload. You'll see it processes very, very quickly. I can add a caption. I can record my voice in a 4-second audio clip. I can move these things around, so if I want the backyard to be the last one, I can. It automatically saves the order for me, and now I'm done. So I'm going to hit return. If I had linked up my YouTube channel, it would automatically give me a YouTube video already done for me. If I had done and I had my high definition pictures, I could turn them into a virtual tour high def panoramic virtual tour, but the virtual tour is already done for me at this point. So I'm going to go back to my list, and now you see it's already there. That's how simple it is to do it. It is a for sale by owner. It is not active. I would recommend highly to not activate this. Once you activate it, it pushes to all the top websites. You know, if it's a for sale by owner, you don't have any contracts with them. So you're just going out there just to show them something of really cool value that you've done for them. So let's take a look at the way it looks. Of course, when you go live, nothing seems to happen. So let's do it again. Let me go back and see if I can edit it. Maybe I'll change the URL to not flower pot strategy, but to something else. So I am going to go back in and edit. Go back to my description and features. My layout controls. Here we go. I'm going to change it to Can Be Yours. I'm going to hit save. Now let's take a look at it. There we go. So this is an example of one of the templates, which is kind of cool. If I had had the for sale by owners information, I would be able to put that, and I'll show you where you can on the website. And you see it says for sale by owner. This is the photo gallery. It gives me all the pictures. It gives me a virtual tour. It gives me a street view.
So within what? I mean, if you had the pictures of the home, 5 minutes, if that.
2 minutes right here. Yeah.
And you could have somebody, if you had an assistant, if you were by the home sitting there, somebody could, like, you could email them 3 photos from your phone, and they could have this set up before you even walk in to the appointment.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
That's the cool part about this. Somebody else could do it for you.
Yeah, it gives you all kinds of different flyers with QR codes and the text capture. You know, of course, I haven't put all the bells and whistles on. I don't have any comments or anything like that. But, yeah, you know, that's the whole beauty of it. You want to make it quick, fast, but you want to give them a presence. Now, this is their presence. This is their URL. You can give them underneath the edit button. You can come in here and you can add their information. You can even, underneath miscellaneous notes, give the homeowner its own password. You can share this and say, Mr. Homeowner, I'm going to let you have this system to use for 4 weeks. And you're the one that's going to be able to build the relationship with them, because you're the one that's going to get copied on the hits, on the leads. You're going to send a report to them every week. You're going to call and follow up with them. The beauty is that you get to build a relationship. They're going to get to know, like, and trust you. Then you've earned the right for their business. Does that make sense to you guys? So there's so much really cool stuff that you can do with this. This is just one of many that are out there, but just having some system in which to work with. Let's go back to the actual property list. And underneath tools, I mentioned the text capture situation here. Of course, you can have a voiceover, a spokesperson pop up. You can do banners. You can co-list. You can optimize and get all kinds of really cool things going on in here. I like the text capture system because it actually captures the phone number of when people drive by. It's a text writer that's out there. And you can get these made on your own and reuse them over and over on your listings. So that, when someone texts for information, it notifies you on your whichever number you put down. It could be your buyer's agent. So then you, the buyer's agent, will call and say, hey, I just see you texted for information on my house on Scenic Way. You want to get inside and take a look? So you get the opportunity to pick up the phone and call them, because people want to communicate with immediate gratification. They want this information. And they would rather text than, heaven forbid, make a phone call and an agent picks up a phone. What you're putting yourself in their shoes. What are they going to think? Oh, I don't want to talk to them. All I want is the price. So now you're doing that. You're pulling them in, without them knowing that you're pulling them in, and they're, it's a win for you. So, for example, if I was going to go on there for sale by owner or a listing presentation, I would come in here and I would click this button, and I would send that mobile app that I just did to their phone. So then when I walk into the listing presentation, they're going to look at me and say, Vicki, what is this? Well, let's sit down and talk. This is what I created for you in advance, and I'd like to show you, your website. This is your mobile version, and we don't even have the listing lit. So here's what I got. This is how it's going to benefit you, and this is what I want you to do next. You'll see in everything that we talk about, all of my marketing, that's the underlying, code that I work with. Here's what I got. Here's how it benefits you, and this is what I want you to do next. So I've already turned a prospect that might not be, too engaging with me to someone that's surprised, and excited. Well, this is really cool because it does. It looks pretty cool. So if I were also to go on the listing presentation, I haven't activated it, you could come down here and pull up a flip book. Here's the listing presentation already done for you. Let me enlarge it. And it's all about their house. And they have the URL. So you really could even text this to them the night before. And it goes into detail about, what it is that you're going to do for them. And every page can link to an outside site, like your website or, that blog that you got for that URL. So kind of cool features. So that is your text capture system. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was the flipbooks. Underneath your personal tab, where you can do your own, you get a website for it. You can have your own personal website. You can buy your own domains. Your blogging platform is here. Your texts are here. You can even do a text capture system where you could text to your database, a coupon. I mean, kind of cool out-of-the-box thinking. So flip shows. It comes with these two. All I do is I can add a new flip book, or I can clone one and then make it my own, which is what I did for the buyers. So this is an example of one that I did yesterday afternoon really fast. I'm thinking, okay, so, you know, you've gotten a referral from someone, you talked to them over the phone, and you made an appointment for them to come into the office, and you normally send them an email, right, saying, hey, I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. So now you could include a flip book about expectations, because you never know that, you know, come Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, they could be out looking at open houses. You know, so on Tuesday when they meet with you, you really want to set the expectations that, you know, you're a leader. Again, you're doing that new way of marketing. So let's take a look at what I came up with for a buyer. You can add music if you want. I made it pretty big here so you guys, can you see it okay, Scott? But he may have gone away, guys. So.
Absolutely, no,
okay.
Good.
Okay. So these are my words. Yeah, these are my words. You can make your own words if you want, but this is for a buyer. So our plan for success is to find that special place you call home. In our first meeting, we're going to set the expectations of what happens, you know, and we're going to go over your wants. We're going to start the pre-approval process. We're going to talk about areas. And as I mentioned before, you can link to an outside site. So here you're cross-marketing. This happens to be Stacy, which I love, you know, Stacy. This is her Pinterest board of all of her solds. You know, I'm a big one about using all your, you know, your different sites to promote. That's called cross-marketing. So these are all of her, give some social proof, you know, of her solds that she's done for this year. So let's go back. And it just flips. You know, I'm going to design a customized search. Then I'm going to have you signed by your agency so I can act in your best interest. You know, they might want to click here to see what buyer agency is all about. Okay? You're just, and so imagine if your buyer got this. Would they think that you know what you're talking about? You know, I'm going to email you new homes as they come in the market. I want you to drive by those. The ones you like, we'll view. You know, and just page after page. The ones I text to you, I want you to hop on because those are going to sell fast. There could be some pocket listings I have that I think might work for you. And when you find the right home, you know, it's my job to get your the best advantage possible. Then we're going to sign a purchase agreement. What's going to happen? We're going to talk about, you know, 24 hours. We'll know if your offer is countered, rejected, or accepted. If it's accepted, we're only going to deal with safety and health issues, you know, and then we'll have a report that we'll go over, and I'll advise you on the best direction to follow. The loan process can take 6 to 8 weeks, always giving you an extra couple weeks in there so that you always look good. Because remember, you say 6 to 8 weeks on that 6th day, or 4 to 6 weeks on that 4th week, they're going to think, why aren't we closed? So now you have an expectation that you set in advance. No, I said 6 to 8 weeks. Now we have the clear to close. It's going to can take up to 2 hours. Certified check or money order is required in your driver's license. You can link, like, you know, your title company, your home inspector that you work with, you know, your loan partner that does all your loans that you want them to go to. So these are all things that you can link, you know, to your buyer's book. You know, I want them to, you know, link and friend me on Facebook. You can link your Facebook page. You can link your Pinterest page. You can link your, you know, YouTube channel. That kind of cool stuff. So that's how easy it is to use a flipbook. So, for example, if I wanted to copy that flipbook, and let's go to, I thought I had my email open. Let's go to email. And I want to compose, you know, to that new buyer, that's Vicki, and I'm going to say about how excited I am. It was great speaking with you today, how I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday at blah, 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 blah. Oh, by the way, please click here to learn a little bit about my office and to answer any questions you may have before we meet. So I'm going to come up here, make this up so you can see it. I'm going to highlight, please click here, right? So I can then come down here to my little link, insert link, paste my URL for my flipbook, there it is, and hit OK. So now I've sent them, my flipbook with thanks. And you can have a flipbook for sell by owners, any target market that you work with. I think I made a list in here for you guys. Let me go ahead and get out of some of this stuff so we can get back to the presentation. Any questions, Scott?
There's a couple questions. One, let's see, how do I get multi-text capture for 2 or more listings? So each, you want to answer that, or you want me?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the
multi-text capture? I'm sorry.
I don't know what that means, actually.
I think she wants to group text out the URL. So what I would do is go to my app. I would not. These are individual ones within this system. It's assigned to that property. So pull up that text capture URL and use your, I think we have iPhone group text.
Group text, yeah. Mighty Text is a great one for PC. If you're a PC user, Mighty Text is awesome. Then group text, there's a group text app that you can use through the iPhone that works really well as well. You can text to, you can make a group of buyers, sellers, maybe past clients, whoever you want to text to. Be careful though. We've tested this a lot, and what happens is the more people you text, the more responses you're going to get, the more phone calls you're going to get. So if you're going to text a large group of people, make sure that you've blocked out some time afterwards to answer questions.
Because they want immediate response. That's
they want,
what we want now.
Correct, right.
And they also have this chat feature. So if people, this little person comes up, do you want to, speak to me now? I'm live here at my desk. If you're not going to be that person, then don't turn on that feature, because it's nothing more annoying than saying hello, and no one answers your question. So, but you can use that. This kind of goes into that. This is one that I did for, an agent. This is what you get. That's the text, code. So you could just text that in your group text. Say, go ahead, text us for a new listing. Kind of cool. The QR codes. So using those features and kind of being creative, setting up drip campaigns that you can send out postcards, because you may not be able, you may have dropped the flower pot off. You definitely need to follow up and say, hey, how'd you like the flower pot? It's like, if I can help, because you want to talk real estate but not talk real estate. You want to develop the relationship, but more importantly, you want to, make sure that you have consistent follow-up. So if you don't get the listing right away, at least you get the opportunity to work with them. You need to be top of mind. You need to send them something. You need to email them. You need to find them on Facebook. You need to, kind of stalkerish, but not really. But this is an example. So you could take that for a sell by owner website. Maybe you don't want to do the flower pot, but maybe you want to send out a postcard. Here you go. So they're going to go ahead and scan that QR code, and that's going to take them right to their listing that you created. That's not live. It's not live, but it's only active for you to see only. So, sending out something like, a postcard, it is a doable thing too as well. Different flipbooks for different reasons. These are just some ideas that I came up with. Buying a flip for profit, all that kind of cool stuff. Tax advantages coming up to that time, January. If you're going to do a broker open house, how great would it be to do a flip book? Wine and cheese event. Send it out to everyone. It's a URL, so you can just saturate it on all your social media sites and they pull up. These are some great ideas. The biggest thing I can talk about is that You know, you really are your client's cheerleader, and it's not about you again. It's about reaching their goals and doing something that they want for their own reasons, you know, but you're there to help them get to that place, you know, and to be their biggest fan. So, you know, using your listing presentations, like Scott said, going in with no expectations, you know, really pulls people in. Answering questions that people already have on their mind. Like, for example, I love Jessica. You know, I'm one of her biggest fans. You know, this is her video blog. You know, these are answering questions that are people's minds, that those are her target market's minds. And she's getting people to subscribe to her and pull in what she's saying and listen to her. And, you know, and that's the whole coolness factor here. I mean, you know, it's like friends with benefits. It's the same type of video with her smartphone in the front seat of her car. But look, you know, she's got, you know, 1,000 people looking at it, 1,600 people, 8,000 people. You know, she's just answering, you know, questions. You know, real estate virgin, what matters? Fake furniture. Do I win with fake furniture? You know, so think about what your target market's fears are, questions that they're going through their mind, and be a resource for them. Kind of think outside the box is what I'm trying to get at. Be more creative than what you normally do. We all get these kind of postcards, you know, just sold another home, or I see it all the time. I just sold another home on Facebook, or going to a closing, yay me, you know, instead of doing like, you know, one of the other guys did, where you get 54 people liking it and tons of comments.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, go for the likes, go for the comments. Yeah, when it's about somebody else getting a home, that's a celebration, and you're going to get their friends, their family, their coworkers. I mean, that's a big deal, and that's what, like, I personally, we teach people that that's when the relationship starts, not ends, because now you get something, you have a reason to call them. They have a new home, you help them get into a new home, they're excited. They've got all these emotions going on. They're telling their friends. They're having housewarming parties. That's when the relationship needs to start. That's when you need to like put a serious, I'm going to call you every other week for a little while to see how things are going. They will not be bothered by that as long as you make it fun. Hey, how's the new house going? You guys unpacked? You had the open house yet? I would love to be invited. That's when you meet family and friends and coworkers. That's like a huge opportunity to get a lot more business.
Like if I were to get these two postcards, you know, on the back of this postcard might be, you know, what I wrote and a stamp and, you know, a label. Which one am I going to look at and which one am I going to throw in the trash? I'm going to look at this one because it already captured my attention with a good feel. I see, you know, the realtor, here she is, or here, this gentleman, and I say, hey, if you see Tom and Mary out walking their dog Runner, I'm diving deep, letting other people try to dive deep. Say hi and welcome them to the neighborhood. Here's what I got. This is how it benefits you. Remember, this is what I want you to do next. I'll benefit you by, I would love to be your biggest cheerleader. Don't keep me a secret. Let's spend a day together. Who knows, you may be jumping for joy too. So yeah, so thinking outside the box, being a little bit different, having a campaign that is automatically done for you is super cool. It's a super way of bringing people into your team and you know, making it, you know, business like that funnel that you had, Scott, before, where you're just pumping leads into yourself, you know, into your office, into your team. So give you guys some homework? You're probably going, oh no, this is crazy. But it's doable. I just thought I'd come down to some manageable things that you can start with. I would love for you guys to friend everyone on Facebook. That means everybody in your database. Find them on all your other social media sites, you know. Start doing feel-good posts, things that are make people a motivation, you know, obviously, you know, funny stuff about your personal family, you know, first day of school. But more importantly, comment, like, and share on what they posted. Tag all your friends. You know, tag the people that you want to. So if you had a closing, if you friended them before, then you're able to tag Mary Jones or Tom Jones and say something really nice about, working with them. Make sure you do your happy birthday wishes every day. That way you can also.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's cool about this, Vicki? You know what's cool about everything you've showed today is absolutely positively someone else can do this for you.
Absolutely.
If you were to, think about this. So here's what I always think about. One, can I implement this? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Two, can I delegate it to someone else so that when I come in the morning, think about if you never left your office and you had somebody create these flip books for you for each expired listing that showed up in your area, every FSBO, and every current client you currently have listed, and you sent them something of value saying, hey, would love to meet up with you and show you what I'm doing to help other people. I see your home expired, blah, blah, blah. Send them, text them, because, if you don't have their phone number, you can't do that, but, or drop off a flyer to their house. There's so many different ways to use something of value to get in front of people and build new relationships.
And I coach daily, on this. Is what we're doing here is conversation starters. Simple as that. I'm opening up the dialogue to say, hey, how's it going? Conversation with, hey, I wanted to wish you happy birthday. Did you get my video? You guys are so cool. How's Don? How's the kids doing?
Right.
Conversation starters. Well, I sent you that, the lotto ticket strategy. People say, well, what's that? It's $1 scratch off. You send it out to them. You say, wishing you some luck. You call them and say, hey, did you win anything? Oh, by the way, will you not keep me a secret? If you hear of anybody that's looking, to buy or sell. These are all awesome conversation starters. So everything that you do gets you one step closer to building that relationship.
In relationships are what we're at. Sales are one thing, relationships are another. Relationships, without relationships, you have no sales. You have to build relationships. So how do you build more relationships? You provide something of value that's out of the box that nobody else is doing and not expect anything in return except for just to help them accomplish what they want to accomplish, which is list their home and sell their home, right? Market their home is really what you're helping them do. And trust me, they're the emotions that are going on, the fear that is going on, are we making the right decision is going on. You have to know that is going on inside them right now, big time. So you have to, if you address those fears, say, listen, I know you guys are scared. I know you're nervous. I know you have a lot of emotions going on. Here's how, I want to help you with those emotions. I want to help you with those fears. My job is to get as many eyeballs as physically possible on your home. After that, with the people coming in, I want to manage those fears, and I want to help you, and I want to coach you. And if you ever feel that we're doing something wrong, or you made a bad decision, just let me know, because I'm in it for the long haul. I want what's best for you guys. And so if you're happy, I'm happy. And you remove the doubt of you wanting a paycheck, because they know that's what you get. But if you remove
take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop. Take exactly what you just did. If you're happy, I'm happy, and you do a video on it for 2 minutes and say exactly what you said,
I know.
and you post that, do you think that you're going to get some people commenting about?
Just do a private message to them, because make it private, That's
very cool.
That's something that, hey, maybe after you meet with them, you get back to the office, you do a little recording. You're like, hey, I sense a little fear from you guys, and I get it. I sense that, man, are we doing the right thing? And, oh, my God, we have so many memories in this house, and it's sad, and I'm scared, and are we going to find another home that can, satisfy us as much as this one did? And, I get that. So if you ever, if you guys are ever having those feelings or ever having those fears or whatever's going on, share them with me so I can be a part of it, so I can help you through it, okay? And if ever at any point in time you just say, hey, we're making a bad decision, let me know, because if you're happy, I'm happy. And, that message would go so far with them. It's crazy, right? They're going to remember that, because it's not just about selling the home and you getting a paycheck. Of course, that's the bottom line, but the more you push away stuff, the more people want stuff. I'm telling you, in sales, if you can, I know it hurts deep down in your stomach, it's I can't not close, ABC, always be closing. But if you always be sharing and always be caring, it's so much more powerful to push away sometimes, knowing that you care more about them than you do selling their home.
Yeah, but if you go back to the original, if you can kind of think about, you know, all the people that you work with, you know, if you're 100% referral based, you know, it's like, so next year, where do you want to be next year? You know, that's what we talk about. Okay, now you want to be here. Well, how are we going to get there? And the steps that we talked about today and last week when you did that one, plus all the others, it's going to get you to that point. So then it's not feast or famine. You know, you've got business coming to you because you're working with a lot of people that already know, like, and trust you. So I think that's it,
awesome,
guys.
Vic. Awesome. Thank you so much, Vicki. I appreciate it. So, yeah. So the system that you used was agent marketing. There's other ones out there. I don't know the names. So one we're familiar with is agent marketing. Pick one. Like, they all pretty much do the same. With give or take a little bit here and there, but they're all just awesome systems. So just
and they're not expensive.
No, they're not. No, I mean $1 a listing, I think, or something like that. It's crazy, right? Like
crazy.
Like, so if you market all the expires in your town, it's $50. If you don't get one, I would be like crazy surprised. If you don't build a new relationship, I'd be crazy surprised. You know, so awesome.
So it's just a matter of using it. Once you use it, you're going to feel more confident about it. And all you're doing is just going to print. You're going to print that listing out on a piece of paper. You're going to print that brochure out on a piece of paper. You know, you're going to print that URL. You know, you're going to print out the QR code. You know, and you're going to put all that stuff, roll it up in a little, rubber band and stick it in a flower pot and say, hey, this is something I did for you. You know, I would love to, kind of be your biggest cheerleader. That's kind of what we're going on here now.
Yep.
So I'm going to give you an opportunity if you want to use it for 90 days, 30 days, 15 days. Yep. Let's talk.
Right on.
So here's what I got. Here's how it benefits you, and this is what I want you to do next. I want you to give me a call. Let's set up time. Works for you.
Good stuff.
Cool.
Good stuff,
Thank
Vicki.
you, guys.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, guys.
I'll see you later.
Same place next Tuesday, 12 o'clock. If you're not part of our private Facebook group, it's facebook.com/groups/agent mastermind. Appreciate you guys. Be safe and have an amazing rest of the week. Take care, everybody. See you on the web. Bye-bye.